Welcome back, everybody, and if you thought the plot twists on this wild journey couldn't get any more extreme, we take another hard U-turn into the territory of the CDI. I forgot that they made games that weren't Zelda and Mario on this one. I'm gonna be real. Take it away, Grumpmeister.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, this is a homebrew, well, so basically indie title for the CDI, and I've got a special guest with me here. So if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm TW Byrne. I'm the developer of this game for the CDI.
Yeah,
and I run it, and I run it myself as well, sometime.
Yeah, because this has a cool thing, I'll just show it off right now. Instead of high scores, we've got a leaderboard in here, like the any percent, the 100%, and demo. As the incentive was met, we're going to do a 100% run. That means that we'll be collecting all the gold coins in the game. There's 7 of them, but you have to go out of your way to get them. So let's get started then, shall we? No.
Good luck.
Thank you. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm not sure why I hit my pedal because I'm not taking the time myself. But, yeah, Untitled, how did you even get to creating a game for the CDI?
Well, it started in COVID. I wanted to do something, and I remembered I had a CDI player on the attic, and we used to play this a lot when I was young. And I thought, well, let's see if it's possible to make a game for this. And well, with a lot of help from the community, I finally made a game, and it turned out to be Nobelia. First I wanted to make something else, but then I thought, well, let's start with something simple. Let's do Bomberman.
Simple.
Simple, yeah. No screen scrolling, no anything. And then it kinda got out of hand and became this. I call it a Bomberman Zelda crossover.
Yeah, the cool thing about this is that in all the years of CDI, there hasn't really been any big homebrew game. Like there was Frog Feast, which was a pretty simple arcade-style game. There's Quattro something.
Quartet.
Yeah, Quartet being developed. And that's about it. Like, there's no real CDI homebrew community. And the cool thing is that when TW Byrne developed this and released it, like there's an actual physical release of this, you just saw the homebrew channel of the CDI Discord and everything just blow up. Like, it's crazy. I'm saying blow up while we're playing Bomberman here because I just got the bomb. It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very nice. Indeed, the community seems to have gotten a lot more active, and there are other people interested in the CDI and maybe developing for it. So maybe we will see more homebrew games in the near future. It would be fun.
It's definitely not something that you would just expect, you know. It's great that this basically kickstarted the CDI homebrew community in a way. Especially because, I mean, you're still around and things are being documented, and that's a good thing. So we got the first gold coin, and that means I'm going to quit out of the game to get back to the entrance, which is actually quicker. So that's something that you'll see quite a bit throughout the run. So within Nobelia, you start out, after falling into the well, in this little hub area, and that allows you to go in either of 4 directions, each with a different zone, which is with its own style. How did you get to creating these zones? Like, what was your inspiration with it?
I created a demo first, which is 4 levels, just trying out some techniques. And then I was starting to think about the full game. and I created the hub area. Yeah, because I wanted to implement things like screen transitions. In the demo, it was a linear path, and I wanted something less linear. So I created a hub area with 4 directions you could go in. And then I decided on 3 power-ups for including the bombs I wanted to have. Yeah, and I wanted to make every area distinctive. So yeah, this is what I call the water area. It has a lot of water, lots of islands. Yeah, it's basically a warp maze. Every area has its own gimmick and its own music. So yeah, I wanted to keep everything a bit unique.
I mean, it works out really well. So this is indeed the first area that we'll go to, and that's intentional because of the power up that we can get here, which will be the it's a cape, which makes you well, not immune. You can take a hit of fire damage, so not the cannon shots, but yeah, just generic bomb fire or just other fire kind of situations. To do so, we have to beat a ghost, but the ghost, I mean, it's a ghost, so it can't be beaten by bombs. Instead, we have to turn on the light again. So I'm trying to wait a little bit here so that the ghost gets into a better pattern for me. And it's not getting in a good pattern at all. And that's fine. We'll roll with it. So to defeat the ghost, you have to turn on all the lanterns again. I'm not too happy with how he's moving at the moment. I think this
scary pattern.
Yeah, this is not a good pattern at all, but this should maybe no. He got me. Okay, that's fine. Ha. Got him. So that takes care of the ghost, and now we have the red cape, means we can take damage, but I'm going to quit out of here and then head back right back into that area, because we still need to get the gold coin, because it's 100% now. But you'd have to walk back quite a way to get there, so I and move from there. As you can see, like, I can just send in the bomb damage right now. And that's all nice and good.
And you saw Grumpmeister leaving the screen first. That's because the game is saved when you go to another screen. So you have to leave the current screen in order to save the cape you just got.
Yeah. There's one more zone in which you also have to be a bit careful, because the state of switches are not saved. Which during de-rusting this I completely forgot about, and then left a screen. Left screen where I had a switch flipped, and then got to the end and I was like, oh yeah, this is not working. So I just got the gold coin. So I'm quitting out again, get back to the hub area, and then I'm going into the eastern section, which is more like a foresty cavey area. But first, I'm grabbing this coin here before I forget. It's like the first one that you'll run into generally, because the actual first one in the first cave where you get the bombs, it is actually quite well hidden, and it took me a while to find. Like, that was the one that gave me the most trouble, at least. So right now,
the coin in this area is the most well hidden one.
I didn't have too much problems with this one, but maybe because I got lucky with seeing where it could be. It was mostly the one in the cave where you actually get your bomb that it was a bit tricky, because nothing in the wall gives some way that you can actually bomb it. So I'm now making my way to... I could have just taken that, actually, that's fine. Making my way over to this lever here, which opens up a hole on the other side again, so I can just walk back. This is something that TWBurn got into as well, like when he also started speedrunning it. Obviously, as developer of the game, he has quite a bit of insight. And while I was still going through the bottom route, he already went like, I just grabbed the red cape and then I'm going top, and that makes things a lot quicker for sure.
Yeah, with fire cape you can get a hit, and the top row you have the exploding barrel, which will trigger fire when you.
I should not have run there.
You still have to wait for it to blow up, so
that's true.
That much time.
That's true. So here I'm using ability frames that I have to take multiple fire hits, basically.
You still have to be a bit careful with. You still get hit twice and then you blow yourself up.
Yeah, and while the game is pretty mild in setting you back, you still have to redo that screen, basically. So while I'm doing that, I'm just placing a bomb there to also free up that space already. Go. It doesn't really lose much time. So these strawberry, I think they're strawberry plants. They do respawn, so you have to make sure that you bypass them quickly enough. So
Tower spider. The spider takes 3 hits to kill, and you need a number of holes visible in order to have the spider appear. And the spider will drop our next item we need.
unfortunately, he went back into his hole there.
Yeah, it can be a
Ah,
tricky area to get the spider to hit.
he can be incredibly mean. Okay, that killed him.
Yeah.
Good. So while I'm basically making holes appear here, I'm also working my way to the button on the bottom left. I think I need one more hole actually. Can be 2 more holes, which I'll grab here. Oh wait, what's this one? There we go. Okay, so that's the last time the spider will spawn, and I'll have to kill it. Where does it go? There we go. Please.
As you kill the
One
spider, do you mind if I hop in here for a little bit?
Go for it.
Alright. Well, as we're coming up that I mentioned earlier, those being for Goat Simulator and Morph Chicken, again, as we recommend, by putting some money in, you also put in the running for some wonderful prizes. So if that's not incentive enough, if Morph Chicken is sadly not incentive enough, then surely some cool merch might be. You can get some Indiethon merch, which is also up for grabs. You can grab it for $10. We'll put you in the running for the Indiethon t-shirt and the mug, and $20 will put you in for both those and the Indie Prize pack. I will admit, I think
It was up for grabs there, so definitely check those out. Alright, so what happened is that as I killed the spider for the last time, the spider gives you the timed bombs basically. So I can just set down a bomb and then press the 2 button on the gamepad and it will explode. This is incredibly convenient because we basically don't have to wait for bombs to explode anymore. But we can also just place them and just twiddle our thumbs for a bit before it does anything. So it's just generally quite convenient. So right now I'm just moving here. There we go. And we'll just get into this puzzle. I'm flipping these switches to make sure that some bridges appear. So I needed to get to the bottom right to get the bridge to the middle platform, and from there you can get the bridge to the upper platform. TW Burn, can you tell more about issues you were facing while developing a game for the Philips CDI? Like, there's a lot of hardware limitations and other kind of things that you have to think of while, well, developing something like this.
Yeah. I mentioned the CDI is not a game machine. It doesn't have any hardware support for games. So you wouldn't say it, but we don't have sprites or time. Everything you have to draw yourself. So I do have a tile sheet where I copy the tiles from to the screen. For everything yourself, you don't get any hardware support, which makes the performance an issue sometimes. There are several screens that down. Mainly because I'm still learning on how to get everything out of the system. But I'm happy how this turned out.
A complete game out of the system, so I think that's still a job well done. Especially with how rare it basically is to have a new CDI homebrew game.
Yes,
get released.
Another thing is there isn't any, like I said, there isn't any graphics support. There is also no sound support. So it's hard to do music and sound effects. Even a lot of official released games don't have both at the same time. The reason for that is you also have to do the mixing yourself. So if you want to have sound effects playing while the music is playing, you have to mix them together in order to hear them both.
Yeah, and some games that I play, like for instance, Zelda's Adventure is notorious for that. It has issues. All right, so right now you see those statues. So I have to go left, down, left. Yeah, left, down, left. That is the hidden code for the maze near the end of the game, which we'll get to soon because I just flipped the lever that will get me to the 6th coin. As you can see, like I have 5 coins now. I have to be careful that I don't get hit there by moving too quickly right into the bullet, because that can happen.
The code is generated randomly on each playthrough, so it's not something you can remember.
Yeah, and I got incredibly lucky when I first played this game, because I didn't know that you could actually get a hint like where you have to go. And I just immediately got the first 3 directions right, and then needed 4 times until I had the next one, but you know. Alright, so we had to use the timed double bombs that we got in the western section to get to this maze. But first we're going left to get the chest with the 6th coin. which is right here. And you couldn't get there because there's little rocks in front of the stair. So this is the way to go. Wait, it was left down, left. You know what?
Left down, left.
Yeah, okay. I was correct then. Good. Luckily, if you take the wrong direction, you end up here again. And since the lever has been flipped, you can get back there quite easily.
And that's also the reason he couldn't quit out, because if you do that, the lever, resets.
Yeah, so with any percent I would quit out, because you don't flip the lever anyway, and you don't need the coin. In this case, you need coin, so you can't quit out back to this section. Alright, so we get to this next little puzzle section. Will I make it? Will I make it? Yes, I will. Excellent. There we go. Things up here. So what I'm going to be doing here is I don't really like this. No, I definitely don't like it. Okay, this is the first time I died, I think, even. That's not so bad.
Yes.
And luckily early on in this screen, because this screen will take up quite a bit of time if you die near the top of it. Because you have to redo the entire thing. But now you can actually see what happens if you do die. So I will wait out the shots. There we go. Place a bomb. And immediately continue running. That opened up the lever to the on the left side, which I can now go to. No. I pressed down too early, got stuck. Okay, so losing a bit of time here. It's okay.
That's also something that's not ideal on the CDI. The controller is very non-responsive, and for the ones that don't know, the CDI has a lot of different controllers. There are the gamepad Grump is playing with. We also have a mouse. We have a roller controller, which is basically a kiddie trackball. There are remote controls with a stick on it, and the CDI Philips required that everything was to be playable with every controller. I don't recommend doing this with anything but a gamepad, but you can play it with anything you want.
You have recently played it with a roller controller, haven't you?
Yes, I tried it at the Home Computer Museum in Helmond. And that didn't go that well. One of the reasons is the way I implemented the controls in Nobelia. It wants to go either up, down, left, right, and if you hold the controller diagonal, it doesn't respond as you would expect. With the gamepad, that's not really an issue, but it's hard to get a straight direction on a trackball.
So right now we're at the first, well, actually Bomberman section. And I'm trying to free my way. Oh, that was dumb. I did not have my safety set up. Luckily, it was still early in this fight. Let's see. Were you planning to have a fight like this when you started developing it?
Yeah, I wanted to have at least one Bomberman fight. I didn't know how and when. This was also pretty much the last thing I implemented. And I wanted to have a bit of a proper boss.
Yeah, so this the skeleton has AI in a way, and it is quite strict. So you can't finish this game if you only have 1 fire damage, basically, because he will not get close enough. If he sees that the next tile that he'll get on is unsafe, he will not move on that. But luckily we have a larger range, so I can just kill him on the spawn there. Sadly, I could not kill him on the spawn down here yet. Which, this is So the bones are the main gripe or the main difficulty that I have with the skeleton.
Yeah,
Especially if
this
he
is
gets close. I could have killed him there. There we go.
this is the room that can cost you the most time on the run. If it
Yeah,
doesn't go
especially
well.
especially that last little section. If we already killed him a few times, then yeah, losing time there. It will also tilt you.
Yeah, it does. And if you die, you have to do the whole fight again.
Yeah. So you are clearing your way up to the spawns again. You have to make sure that you kill the skeleton on time again. So we just killed the skeleton so we can return home. But yeah, as you can see, we are missing one more coin. And that's the one that we will pick up in just a moment. So I'm just destroying the shooting flower there, which will open the way to the strawberry. And destroy the barrel, then we end up at our home, but there's this little bush here, which has a hole in it that you can enter. So let's just do just that. Let's do this. Hope that will be on time. It will not be. Oh well. So let's do the other way around. There we go.
This one can be tricky.
And then clear out this section, and that is the 100% complete. Now we just have to enter our house, so get ready on time. And that is 100% Nobelia time. Now I went slightly overestimate, but that's all fine. So I'm going to call this Indie, or IND, which not to be confused by the Dutch IND. It is the Indiethon, indie kind of thing. And just to verify, but it already showed on the screen there. Like, I have all power-ups, I have all the coins. It's at 100% time done right here. 4 time on my boards at least, so that's nice. So yeah, yeah, thank you. Okay, fine. It's not fine, Soneris. It's not fine. I should not go overestimate. I should not set a bad example for you. Right. Yeah, this was Nobelia. Again, like, it's an indie homebrew game for the Philips CDI, which actually is still on sale. So if you want to shout that out to WBurn, go for that.
Yeah, you can get it from quirky.dev. That is qrky.dev/Nobelia. And there I have some information on how to get it. Yeah, it's available in a physical release. It's an actual pressed CD. And it's also available on itch.io as a digital download only. And if you buy the physical release, you also get access to the download.
Yeah, and don't fall for people trying to sell bootlegs of this. That's already a thing. Like, it's insane. Especially because the packaging is really nice. It's worth it. Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I've been Grumpmeister, and I tend to play a lot of obscure games, be it casually, be it as speedruns, like games, as you could see today on the Atari Lynx, on the CDI, on the Game Gear, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, you can find me somewhere. I'm not sure if it's on screen, on Twitch.tv, Grumpmeister. And yeah, we're actually going to have a race in just 2 months from now, I think.
Yeah. If that got accepted, we're going to go head to head and see who is faster.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for BSG Annual for a race of Nobelia. Other than that, I'm all good. If there's any last things to be shouted out, go for it.
Nothing from my side. I hope you enjoyed my game, watching it. And good luck to all the runners and to the event.
Of course. course. This has been a wonderful journey I think we've taken a little bit today. I did not expect the developer to be here. I was not told this beforehand. This is a pleasant surprise. I had a blast going through these two games. A different side of indie that you don't really see too often, but definitely exists out there. And I can guarantee you that these two games are probably not the only games like this out there that are waiting to be played. So feel free to do some your own exploring on your own time for games like this. But now, we get back to our more standard lineup with quite the banger. We are moving on to Everhood by Ariel. Unfortunately, I will not be joining you for that, as I have not played the game, but I really want to. So I'm going to be waiting this one out, but I assure you